In this video, we are going to deploy our Spring Boot app to Cloud Run by using Github Action workflow that we used it in the last video. This time, we will use the template that provided by Google. So let's move to the GitHub repository and Action. This is our GitHub repository and new workflow. I'll type Cloud Run. Build and deploy route to Cloud Run. Okay, up to this one, and then I'll copy all of this and paste it into our workflow. A new file. I will name it Google Cloud Run. Doc. I'll paste it here. Okay, for the ones here, okay, I can cancel change and back to here. Let's take a look to see what we have in here. Okay, we have some introduction and guideline. Is the name of the workflow. This is the trigger event. Yeah, that's triggered workload run. Some environment and job deploy is the job name. And in this job name, we have steps, many steps, checkout, and Google auth, and Docker auth, push, build, and push container, and deploy to Cloud Run. So let's first take a look at, I think we already know checkout here. So let's take a look at Google auth. So what's it? I think we could see the, so create a config the federation, or copy that and paste it here. Let me explain a little bit about this Google auth. Every time you call Google Service APIs, you have to authenticate yourself to Google, and this step will help you establish authentication from your GitHub runner to Google. And I think that's enough for the moment. This time we just want to make it run, and I'll talk about the details later in another video. Okay, now we'll follow the instruction here. We are going to use the Cloud COI we installed in the first video of this series, and this is the first step. So the first step, we need to export a variable called project ID. So I'll copy it and move it here. I'll export it, but okay, I have to rename it to my project. So this is, I'll move it a little bit. So this is my project ID. So you cross service depth, and you could see here the service depth, and this is the ID. Copy it, or you could find the ID here as well. So from here, so ID, yeah, that's it. Because we have to create a service account, create a Google Service account, create a workload identity pool, we have name here, and after that we have to create a workload identity provider with the name here. So I will export this name as well. So let's try to export it. Export service account, we'll name it, and And also I will export let's see it again, workload identity pool, so the pool name and the provider name. So let's move to the second step. So the second step is create a Google Cloud Service account. So before we create a service account here, I want to check again with the browse the website. So you can find the service account in the IAM admin here, IAM, and you can find service account here, and you can also find it here in more product, and you should see it here. It's the same because I pin it, so that's why it's appearing here. Or you could try to short it. IAM admin and service account. So you see now there's only one service account. It's a default one for compute engines. So the next step is, so let's create another service account. So I'll copy this and paste in here, but I'll change this a little bit. So this time I will use my service account, service account. So this, I use this variable here. So it should create a service account named GitHub build deploy Laurent. Click enter. So created service account GitHub build deploy Laurent. So we need to check it again. So I am reload it. Okay, I need to reload it. So now we see that we have our service account GitHub build deploy Laurent was created successfully. The next step is optional. Just grant some permission to the service account. Okay, so I won't do it this time. So so now we have to enable the IAM Credential API. So let's check the IAM Credential API, and to do it we have to check it again. So I want you to see what actually happened in the website. So we API, also API services, and we enable API. And here we want to see, so the IAM Credential APIs. So why we want to enable it, right? So let's see, where is it? So this is the IAM, so the Credential API. Enable it, but I'll do it using this one. So let's copy it and paste it here. Okay, enter. It is successfully. So we double check again with this one. I reload it again. So we successfully enabled this API. So the next step is create a workload identity pool. So as usual, we want to check what is the workload identity pool. So we can find in the IAM and admin section, and we have a workload identity federation tab here. So let's check it. So in the current we don't have any pool here, workload identity pool. So now we have to create a one for me first. Workload pool. So I'll copy this one. Okay. and paste it here. But the name of the pool I will need to trick it a little bit. So I'll do something pool name. Use the variable here. So this should be create pool name my pool, and it's a demo pool. So enter. Maybe I need to create another. My pool name, my pool. Let's see it again. My pool already existed. The requested entity already existed. But so let's export another name. Our name is Github pool. And run this one again. Our name is Github pool. Enter. Okay. Github pool. I don't know. Maybe maybe I created this one before. I erased one before, and I just deleted before making this video. So that's why it's still in process and couldn't. But yes, work now. So let's stick with the name Github pool. And now we'll check again. Github pool. Yeah, we successfully do it. Okay, the next step is really to get to see the full ID of the workload identity pool. So I think we could see it in here, right? Let's try to check out something like projects Github pool. So this shows something like this: the project, the number of the project, the location, global workload identity pool, and this is the pool ID. Yeah, the pool ID. Okay, let's check it with this one. So I'll copy it and paste it here. No, sorry. We need to trigger the usual. Actually, this one should be pool ID. Okay, pool ID, pool name, and I'm desperate. So you could see project, global workload identity pool, and the pool ID Github pool. Yeah, so that is the one we expected. Okay, let's move to the next step. Okay, we need to save this variable. Save this variable. Okay. Step 7. Create workload identity provider. So we could check again here. So we didn't see any the provider here, right? Pool here, provider, no providers to the place. Now we run this one. Okay. Display name GitHub provider. So I keep anything as default, and the display name I will do GitHub provider workload identity pool. So here pool name, project ID, and this is should be the provider name here, but now I don't want to name it my provider, so I'll name it manually. I'll name it GitHub provider. I'll name it GitHub provider. Okay. So created workload identity pool GitHub provider. So I will export again so we don't miss it. Export it again. So I will use GitHub provider. Okay. For sure, if we'll need to use it later. We don't make a mistake. And check again to see we create successfully the pool provider here, and I reload it. Yeah, now I have a GitHub provider here. The next step should be authentication from workload identity to impersonate the service account rated above. So we should expose our repository here. Okay, let's expose it. This name of repository, right? Copy it and I paste it here. Paste it. Then I will need to run this one. So repo one should be the service account name. Service account. Okay, for you to see it, this is the service account. We name it GitHub build deploy cloud run. Oh, we need to check. Yeah, we need to check it before we run it. Okay, let's see our service account. Here. GitHub build deploy cloud run. Okay, and permission. So currently we have just 3 principles here, and now we run this one. Enter. Okay, it update IAM policy for service account here. Binding member with the role. Okay, let's check it again in here. I refresh it. Yeah, now we see the new principles here. That the principle that we set for identity pool, the pool ID, this is the name, and this is the repository. The repository here. Yeah. Okay, I think we need to move to another step, and the another step is extract the workload identity provider resource name. Okay, let's copy it and paste it. So the identity pool is here, like pool name, right? Pool name and project ID, and this is provider name. Provider name where we set provider name here. This provider name, and click enter. So this is this is a string we need for the provider. We could double check again. So we're using this value for GitHub action. We could check it to make sure we understand where is it. All entity, we have a git pull, we have a provider, edit, and yeah, this is this is the way. This is the one this is the one we want to get the name here. So that's it, right? Yeah, that's it. Back to our repository here. Yes, and okay, now we can provide the workload identity provider we just created here. I'll paste it, this one, I'll copy it and paste it here. Yeah, it's better we should keep it in GitHub Action, but for simplicity I will do it here. Yeah, don't do it in introduction. And this one is the service accounts. I also copy it before. Okay, let's check. Let's get it from here. Service accounts, this one. Copy it and I paste it here. The next step should be Docker authentication, Docker to Google Cloud artifact registry, and build and push a container to the Google Cloud artifact registry. So let's take a look to see what is the artifact registry. Actually, here to see. So we could find it. More product, and yeah, this one here for the artifact registries for contain your image, Docker image. So let's take a look at it. Okay, we need to enable it. Okay, so we are going to build and push your container, build with this one is located as your artifact your artifact registry. So we have using this. So now we have to update your environment here, because we need it to be used here. Okay, your project ID. What's your project ID? Yes, project IDs, my project IDs. Here again, your location of artifact registry. So I will use the same location with the Cloud SQL. I created, I don't remember, in Hong Kong, right? Yeah, Asia is one. Right, you Asia is one. And service name is we use service name card service Lauren. Yeah. I will use the name is card service Lauren, and the regions. I think this region for it also Asia is one. That's it. So we have to the artifact registry, the project ID, service. Okay, so we need to create, where is that? Artifactory repository. So we have to follow the hierarchy here. repository for Docker, regions for Docker. Just remember the project ID here, right? The project ID here, so the project ID here, Redis name, Docker, yeah, region, and the Asian is the location. The Asian is one. Asian is one. Taiwan. Yeah, Taiwan. The Asian is one. Description, nothing. Okay, created. Okay, let's go to it. Okay. This one, Asia is Docker package.dev, and notice inside we have the similar here. Asia one Docker package.dev, and the next two here and here. Okay, so this should be good. And for here, yeah, so I think we're done with this one, and this next is deployed to Clarent. Okay, we have this, and here. Okay, I think we all need to the only thing we need to create a Dockerfile, to run this. Okay, new Dockerfile Dockerfile. Okay. And let's take a look again. Cloud YAML. We also need to, we want to test it, so we also we need to run manually. So let's commit it to see if it works. Okay, commit. Wait and push it. Okay. Okay, let's see. Refresh this one. Yeah, it's Google Actions, and we here see build and deploy now to Clarent here. So we have to run it manually to see it. Run flow. Okay. Oh, they all turned off successfully. Great. Oh. Views SQL service file doesn't exist. Look. We need to view Radar task. Okay, task application build, clean, and clear it first, and put here. Put here to see. Okay, check a view here. Lift, cross service, and snapshot here. Dockerfile. In view, libs, cross service, snapshot here. It's there, right? Because we haven't built it, so I'll copy it here. Yeah, this one, checkout, and set up GDK and build with Gradle. So after we build, we have the libs here. So because we haven't built, so that's why we don't have a lib. So paste it here. Okay, we have checkout but 2. Okay, we have checkout but 3. Okay, this one. Yeah, checkout, and we set the CDK and we build. After build, we have this file, and we have this file here, and we will use this file to build a Dockerfile. Okay, so okay, Dockerfile. We build file name core service core service. Okay, let's commit it and try to see it again. Commit, push. Okay, let's see. Chrome, and now okay, 13 seconds ago. Actions. I want to run it manually again. Run workflow. Build Gradle, set up GDK, build Gradle. What? Permission. Okay, so it's now a different story. Permission, deny permission. Denies on results. We need a permission to upload, to push the repositories using the Google Service API. So we want to give the permission to your Service account, and we also is mentioned in here in this Google account runner. So to ensure that some permission are granted for Cloud Run, so we need a run admin and Service account user, and to access the artifact registry, we need a artifact registry admin. So let's do it. Okay, we need to move to IAM here, and this time take a look at your Service account. We need to give some permission for this Service account. So let's copy it, Service accounts, and in IAM tab I move here. I want to assign some permission for this Service account, so this I'll be here, Service account, and I select some permission. What do we need? Run admin, run admin, run admin, Cloud Run admin, roles. What do we need? Service account user, Service account user, Service account user. Do we have it? Service account user, and the other ones is artifact registry admin, artifact registry admin here. Okay, save it. Okay, now we have 3 rows for this service account, and so I think we could run it again. Return old job. Start. Okay, return old job. We have repository called service loader not file. Okay. And this is my mistake. So this one should be This one should be the artifact registry, and this is the project IDs, and this is the service. Okay, let's move back again. The repository, artifact repository, registry, and now we're in repository. Okay, my fault. So name repository regions is just one, and created. My bad. So I don't need this one anymore. Delete it. So okay, it's one noted the project ID and the repository here, so the same, but this one here, repository, then okay, and okay, review this again. Action, view, print. Missing image name, host name, project ID, repository, image name. Okay, maybe I need to change a bit here. What a Google template. Okay, we have here we have host name, project host name here, project ID, server. We need a repository. Oh, what template? Okay, environment repository, and do the same. Repository, repository service. Okay, and maybe we need to define repository here as well. Repository, and name is car service. Repository, service repository, service repository. Repository service. Okay, service repository. Copy it, and now need to update this one again. Regions. This is one Taiwan region. Okay, created. Let's remove the first one. Remove this repository. Okay. Rerun all job. Oh, so annoying. I haven't pushed it. So annoying. Okay. Push. Sorry, BD. Code. 16 action. Deploy to run. Okay, look like we successfully passed this step. Cloud run. Okay. So permission denied. Lauren API has not been used. Okay, permission denied. Okay, maybe we have to do this one. And okay, sorry. API gateway service. We need to enable it. Not in API. Lauren API. Enable. Okay. Let's see Lauren here. Servless Lauren. Okay. Yeah, but I remember that we also need to update it here in the image repository. Okay, from the same location here, geolocation, project ID, repository, service. Okay, let's commit it again. Push it. Then okay, I think okay, 16 second application. Run build new load to run workflow. Yes, I'm very glad that it's run successfully. Cloud run. So you see it's running. You cloud deploy. This is the name of the service. Card service cloud run. This image that we pushed on the artificial registry. Yeah, the regions of projects and yeah, the formatization. So we could check it again here. Reply it. Okay. Now we have the card service cloud run, authentications, deploy by our service accounts, and you click here. Yeah, we could see we have the link here, but since the authentication is required authentication, so actually we cannot access to this service. So we have to change a little bit our workflow to do that. So instead of using the Github action, so I will do it manually. Use the gcloud here, copy it, and instead of using it directly here, ID use, so we don't need this. We need to replace with ID runs this here. run deployed. This one is the service run, right? And deploy this run, and this is the image. The image, okay, it should be here. Quite a platform manage. Manage and project. This one should be region, right? Regions. Is there any region here? Anybody use region here? Regions. Cloud region. Cloud service region. Here. Environment region. And project. Environment project ID. This is the project ID. So here, yeah, partition, and the one I want to use here. Is this one, allow unauthenticated, so any user can access our APIs. Run in Cloud. Okay, I think that's it. Committed and run it. Push it, and then check ends seconds ago, and let's run it. Run workflow. Okay. Yeah, it's looked like we successfully run it. Oh yeah. Okay. So let's check again. So because we already have the service name is called service cloud run, so if we deploy it another again, it will update it instead of creating a new one. So you could see here the revision. This is the first one. This one we couldn't access the API because it's authenticated. But this one will allow unauthenticated user, unauthenticated. So now we could access this one, and you guys should try by using this URL. HTTP not found. So let's find some API we could call a controller. So we could using the post mapping. Wow. Okay. Maybe I need to make an update for get mapping. Okay, let's do it quickly. Let's mapping. I just want to make that easy as possible. Then we commit it. Yeah, should be similar like this. Commit it, and we push it again. So we deploy, let's try to deploy it another one. Okay, deployed, oh sorry, okay, it's years ago, 3 years ago. Laurent, okay, let's see. It's not ready and cannot serve the traffic. Don't really understand. It's Dockerfile log my content more information to start listen on port 80 this AT remaining connection lost are reversed for non-replication connection. Okay, because I'm using, maybe because I'm using a free account, so that's why. And meet the limit connection. I met a limit connection. I met a Laurent this time. Okay, delete. Disconnect from here, and I also, no, okay, and build again. Build again. The heck? Okay. And successfully. So now we can check again. Laurent, and here, okay, here, 2, okay. So I think we finished deployed Laurent in this video. Thank you for watching.